What up guys, Maryam here. Welcome to my channel, or welcome back. Today I decided to play around with all of my new makeup that I just got in the mail. So this is going to be a video of first impressions, trying everything on, but I will be using some stuff in this video that I have touched on before. So it'll kind of be a compilation video that is hopefully going to help you take your mind off of things. I know there's a lot going on in the world right now and it's very uneasy, and so I just wanted to take this moment to zone out and put together this very sunny, happy look. Without further ado, let's get to this video. Thank you so much for watching and for subscribing. Hit that notification bell so you can see all of my videos. And now let's get to it. New makeup, reviews, first impressions, a look. Here we go. All right, guys. So today let's begin with the skin. I have a new powder that I want to test out, and it's this CATRICE Cosmetics HD Baking and Setting Loose Powder. Packaging is very cool. Has this nice little mesh in here. I'm gonna spray this faux blender, the little Fix Plus. I'm gonna dip into this powder. So now this powder was just recently sent in PR, and the reason why I'm intrigued is because I'm a big fan of the yellow powder by CATRICE. That's a powder that I just recently discovered in a video, and I was pleasantly surprised by the quality. So because of that, I have high hopes for this powder too. This one goes on micro fine. Fills in the pores, evens out the texture. It's not the first time that I'm putting this one on, probably like the 4th or 5th time, but it's still a relatively new product for me, so it's totally fitting for today's video. Okay, powder is on. Packaging is a bit problematic. Jesus, ouch. Okay. Let's spray that down with my MAC Fix Plus, which is not a new product, but still that newer technique that I'm developing. Powder, spray, primer, spray, foundation. For my primer today, well, I have nothing here. Looked around, there's really nothing around here that looks like a primer, so I'm gonna do something different. Someone suggested that I use this KOSAS Tinted Face Oil as a primer, and I did review this product fairly recently. I actually really like how it held up on my oily skin, so today I'm gonna use this as a primer. I use just a couple of drops for the entire face. 4 is enough. Basically just kind of spread that across my skin surface. If you want to see a full review on that product, I will link it up here. I'm just going to take a kabuki brush. This one is from Sigma, round kabuki F82. I'm going to blend that evenly across. For those of you who haven't seen my review on this product, I'll give you the cliff notes. Basically, I thought this was a pretty decent product for someone who doesn't need a lot of coverage, and also those of you with oilier skin types or normal skin types. I did find that this product was clinging to dry patches, and I happened to have dry patches on the day that I reviewed it because I was using a chemical exfoliator the night before. So I found that a lot of my skin was kind of rolling off with the product into those little pellets, but it is not the case today. Today it's applying super smoothly, super evenly. I honestly may even skip foundation. This is looking really rather dewy and pretty. You know what? Maybe I will skip foundation for today. I actually have this YSL Touche Eclat foundation just in case. For now, I'm satisfied with the way that my skin is looking. Next thing that I'm gonna do is pick up this ERBORIAN BB crayon that I have been obsessing over. This is not my first time using it. It's probably like my 3rd time using it, but already I can tell this is a great product. This crayon comes in 4 different shades, this one being doré and the darkest one being caramel, which is like a step down from this one. So unfortunately, it is a little bit more geared towards the lighter complexions. But this shade Doré is perfect for someone who's my complexion or perhaps a little bit darker. It's great to hide those under eye circles. It's great for concealing little imperfections, and it doesn't look like you have anything on. Do wish there were more colors, so hopefully ERBORIAN will see this video and maybe they'll hear that. This is such an easy product to use. I like that the shade Doré has a little bit more peachiness, so it's perfect to counterbalance any blue or purplish tones. Looking fresh. I think I'm gonna set that one more time. Oh, I do want to set my under eye though. So I'm gonna go back to that CATRICE powder and just add a little bit, just a touch of powder right under the eye. And maybe perhaps also bring it down a smidge. This area gets very oily on me, so I am gonna set it just so that there's no reflection. See the difference? This one is so matte now, and this one is still very, very glowy. I want the rest of my face to be glowy, but just the center part, I kind of want it to be a little muted. Also gonna set between my brows. I don't want any light reflecting against that because that is where where I frown. Next thing I'm gonna do is something very exciting. I'm gonna take this Benefit 24-hour brow setter. Basically, this is a brow gel that I had just recently discovered because I did an IG live with Benefit's Jared, who's basically the brow king of social media. And he taught me this super amazing brow lamination trick using this product. So what I'm gonna do at first is brush out my brows and kind of just coat all the hairs with this 24-hour brow setter. I'm gonna brush them up so you can kind of see them in their full glory and make sure that all the hair strands are coated. I'm gonna wait for that to kind of set a little bit, and then I'm gonna take the flat side of the brush. So notice how if I turn it this way, you could see that there's some bristles here. But then if I use the paddle side, I can actually press these brows down, kind of just like glue them onto my skin. Do you see that? So this is what Jared taught me. And although this is not a new product, it's existed in Benefit's line of brow products for quite some time. It's the first time that I've used it this way. So for me, it's almost like discovering a new product. I don't know if any of you guys caught the IG live, but I was shocked. I was shook at the results. I had no idea that I could get the brow laminated look at home without actually using any brow lamination products. So now the trick here is to actually get this product to set a little. That way it becomes almost like glue for your eyebrows. And it's a little bit easier to maneuver the brow hairs into place. Now, I'm kind of just like pushing them all up. This looks very, very crazy, like soap brows, but obviously you don't have to go all out like I am right now. And you can definitely kind of brush them down in the corners if you want them to be a little neater. Play around with the shape. I'm gonna take the Precisely My Brow pencil in the shade 6. Just gonna rub it on a piece of paper here to make sure that it is very, very sharp. And then I'm gonna start filling in some of the sparse areas of my brows, adding in additional hair strokes. Kind of like that. But the whole point is just to have fun with it, to play around with different shapes, play around with different styles. Okay, we're gonna leave the brows alone at this point. We're going to move on to some new products, you guys. In the eyeshadow category, I received a number of different products. First of all, I got this very cool quad cube from Essence Cosmetics with their Earth, Air, Fire, and Water inspired palettes. So Earth is very earthy toned, Air is very airy and ethereal, maybe a little too ethereal. Fire palette has a lot of very warm colors, and then of course the Water is very blue. All right, so we got that. Next up, we also have some products from this new brand that I've never heard of before, but I got it in PR, Ace Beauty. I have this palette here called the Grandiose Palette. Really, really pretty colors. Never heard of this brand, but this looks really pretty and cohesive to me. Warm and peachy. Got another palette here called Vintage Dawn. This reminds me of something I've seen before. Definitely very interesting. Colors in my monitor look very neon, but in real life, they don't. So that's a bit perplexing. So these are just brand new palettes that I have not even dipped my fingers into. I actually didn't even do an unboxing with these products. I feel like a lot of them just came in within the last couple of days. The one that I'm particularly interested in is this Sigma Cor-D-Rosa collection. And in this collection, we have some liquid lipsticks, some glosses, and an eyeshadow palette, which to me looked very, very promising. Again, another one of those palettes that reminds me of something that I've seen before, perhaps from ABH or some other brand, but it's very appealing. So I think I'm gonna set that one aside, and I definitely wanna dip into that. I don't know if today's video is the one for Ace Beauty or for the Essence palettes. Those honestly just did not impress me as much as the Sigma one. I also have these very, very, very brand new melted chocolate matte eyeshadows from Too Faced, 8 of them. And this is supposed to be a 24-hour crease-proof, waterproof, long wear type of eyeshadow that could also act as a primer. So I'm definitely gonna open these up and try them out. Ooh, look at this cool packaging. Wow, that felt like a liquid lipstick. The fact that they're all matte is very intriguing to me. I'm gonna swatch just a couple of them. Yeah, but the swatches are definitely very, very impressive. Chocolate malt, cocoa cream, chocolate wine. All right, let's see. So what I'm gonna do now is I'm gonna pick up this melted chocolate matte eyeshadow in cocoa cream. Looking for an appropriate brush here. I'm gonna dot some onto my brow bone like that and kind of just blend that out with my finger. I'm not coming in too close to my lid. I'm kind of just trying to stay on the top area. Then I'm gonna take this flat edge brush. This one is from Kelly Baker Brows, and I'm gonna come up very close to my brow. This eyeshadow does set very, very quickly, so it's important to move quickly with it. But I like how that just like lifted this whole area and also sharpened the brow. Let's do the same thing here. Okay, so first again, just dotting it onto my brow bone, blending that out. Gonna add that to the inner corner as well. Maybe let's add that here, just so we're even. Moving quickly, not snoozing. Going back to the brush, lifting that to the border, blending that out, smoothing it. Oh, so far really promising. All right, cool. So I am ready to dip into the Sigma Cor-D-Rosa Palette. Oh, there's also a dual-ended brush in here. The E54 medium sweeper and the E39 diffused crease. Gonna dip into the shade called Medallion. Add a dot of that to the outer portion and also to the inner portion, kind of like that. Blend that in. Same thing on the other side. Staying on a diagonal again, just so we can match the whole foxy vibe of these new Wolfies turned foxy eyebrows. And again, just blending that in. I'm gonna take a clean brush. This one is Morphe R39. I'm gonna grab my lighter mirror because that palette is a little heavier than I expected. I'm just gonna blend out the borders and make this whole thing a little bit less harsh. I like the way that it adheres and lays over the Too Faced primer eyeshadow. It's definitely working together. So I like the idea of using that Too Faced shadow as a primer, but also as a colorful base. It's different. Pulling everything out, blending those edges, making sure everything is seamless. Honestly, that's always my goal with any makeup that I do. I just want it to be flattering on me. I'm gonna add a bit more color here. Cute. Next thing I wanna do is take the shade here called Apricot, that same brush that I just used to blend out, and I wanna add that right here on top. Oh, so far this palette is really nice. These two colors that I just applied are working well together. I like the cohesiveness of the color story. Maybe too much apricot. Maybe go back to the brown. Okay, let's see what's coming together. So now this eye look is starting to look just a little bit more dramatic than what I was envisioning at first. I was going for kind of like a more natural look today, but apparently not. So I am gonna have to apply a bit more foundation just to make everything work together. But first, let's dip into something else. I'm gonna pick up a bit of this High Society shadow just on my finger. This is like a bronzy sort of color, maybe more copper than bronze. I'm gonna just add that to the inner half of the lid and maybe a smidge to the outer. Still trying to keep that center blank. Ooh, might as well dip into this Sun Sprite. Super shiny and wet looking gold. Kind of like a sparkly gold. Really pretty. I'm gonna add that right to the center of the lid. Just stamp that, complete that gradient, lock in that color. Really beautiful, wow. It's been a while since I've worn these warm shades. I usually like to save these for the autumn. Kind of forgotten how good they feel. Oh, this gold is so pretty, you guys. Wow. The sparkle is just so unique. Let's see, what else can we do here? Well, looks like there's a satin type of shade here called Veranda. I'm gonna add that to the tear duct. I'm gonna dust off some of that sparkle, fallout from the previous gold shade. Let's go for this one here, Belle of the Ball. This one's more of a pink champagne version of that sparkly gold. I'm gonna add that straight to the brow arch. Some blue reflects, also some silver. I'm not gonna go too crazy with this one. Go back in with that apricot and just clean up a bit. Leave that alone for now. Let's actually add some foundations. Oh damn, is this my color? Perhaps it is not. But you know what? It's okay, because we're experimenting in this video and we are gonna make it work. Just pressing that color in, giving myself a little bit more of an even flawless complexion, specifically across the cheeks, which is where I have my redness, my discoloration, my open pores, my freckles, my acne scars. Yeah, that was definitely not a very good match for my skin. I feel like it's a pinch too pale pink, but good thing we have some new bronzers to test out. Actually gonna go ahead and set this foundation with my Charlotte Tilbury powder. Just gonna set it lightly in the forehead and across the cheeks. Still looking very natural, but just a little bit more perfected. Here we have two new bronzers from BUXOM. Staycation Vibes is what it's called. We have one in the shade, oh no, it's cracked. Rooftop Tan. Sadly, this whole product is cracked. And then we also have Backyard Bronze, also cracked. Backyard Bronze is a little bit workable. I could still probably make do. I'm gonna pick up a really big giant brush. This one is Morphe RO or maybe R0. Dip it. Ooh, smells really fresh. Definitely like the shade. Bronzy, believable, looking like a tan. I like that across the forehead. Let's see how that looks against the cheeks and the jawline. not bad. All right, so now that we bronzed up, let's go back to the eyes. I'm gonna pick up a pencil brush. This one is from Lancome. First, gonna take the shade Apricot, add that to my lower lash line. Just kind of line it very slightly, connecting with the outer portion. I don't want to bring it too low, but I definitely want there to be color so it's not so bare looking. Next, same brush, gonna dip into Medallion, the shade that I used right here. Basically, I'm gonna bring that a little bit closer to my lash line, blending in with the Apricot, adding a bit more smoke. Next, I'm going to take a Sigma eyeliner brush and dip it into this darker shade called Bare Root. Thought it said Barefoot. Gonna lightly line the top lash line and wing it out gently. Also gonna add that to the lower lash line. Smudge that, wing that, blend that out some more. Setting that aside, I have another collection that I am really eager to try out, and it's the new Moon Prism Blush Collection from LUNAR Beauty. This is my first time opening it up. Ooh, beautiful packaging, gorgeous, gorgeous, gorgeous. Even though it's my first time opening up my own Moon Prism Blush palette, it's not my first time seeing it, and it's not my first time using it, because I did actually get a chance to take a little sneak peek of this palette when Manny was still working on it. He actually brought this palette with him to Mexico when we went to Cabo, and I did get a chance to play around with it back then, so I already know that it's good. I'm gonna pick up a little bit of this shade called Twilight. This is my favorite shade in the palette. It's just like a gorgeous apricot peachy shade, which I think works really great with this look. I'm gonna apply that just to the outer portion of my cheek. I love how pigmented and pretty it is. I love how easily it blends. I'm not gonna bring it too close to my nose. Kind of just gonna concentrate most of the color on the outer portion of my eye, and I'm gonna lift it up like this. Isn't that pretty? Man, just such a smooth blush. And with my hair down, it just like added such a nice innocence to this look. I'm gonna go back to the Medallion color from Sigma, just because I noticed a little mistake in my eyeshadow application while I was gazing at myself in the monitor. Seems like this corner here needs to be a little bit better pulled out and a little bit better emphasized. And then I'm gonna blend that out. And now it's so much better. And the same thing on the other side. Just needs a little bit more pull and a boom. All right, I'm gonna curl my lashes. For my mascara today, I'm gonna go for the Marc Jacobs Blacker at Lash'd Lifting and Volumizing Mascara. Cute name, cute packaging. This mascara is very similar to the Huda Beauty one. I feel like they do the same thing, but this one does it in just one step. Whereas Huda Beauty gives you the length with the fibers and then also the volume with the additional step. This one's just a little bit more straightforward. You can build it up by just adding a second coat. I will warn you though, both of these mascaras tend to smear on me. These are not a waterproof formula. Huda Beauty smears a little bit more than the Marc Jacobs, but because I ain't going nowhere, staying my ass at home, might as well just test out the non-waterproof formula mascaras. Seems like I got some new lashes in the mail from that same brand, Ace Beauty. Whoa, these are massive. I don't know if I need my lashes to be that big today. Oh no, this is just a little too bushy, even though my brows are very bushy at the moment. All right, I haven't decided on the lashes just yet. I'm gonna set them aside. I like the way that this is looking. I just don't wanna take away from it. For the lips, we have the new Slip Shine Sheer Shiny Lipstick from FNETY, which is basically an easy to wear moisturizing sheer lipstick that comes in 10 universal shades. Some of you may already know, I'm not a huge fan of sheer lipsticks. They just feel a little too balmy to me, too chapstick-like. And also I feel that sheer shiny type of lipsticks look much better on lips that don't have curves. All right, but here we have some cute shades. Let's swatch them. Yeah, definitely very sheer, very balmy. This one here is Goji Gang. Love the names, love the packaging. Oh, this one's really cute. Makeout Break, as opposed to a makeout sesh, right? Oh, this one seems pretty, like a nice little pink. This one I can mess with. Look at that gorgeous pink. Sugar Kiss Tang Thang. That looks so cute. Tang Thang might be the one for today. It just might be the one. Or shall we go for glazed? That's really pretty too. Ooh, this one's Bourgeois. Retro Rose, hello. Another potential. And we have a super glittery sheer kind of color. Quartz Candy. Another potential. Last but not least, oh my god, this is purple. Vamps Who Brunch. This is Vamps Who Brunch. And I don't have any makeup wipes. Makeup wipes, makeup wipes. I don't have no makeup wipes. Okay, so this is what I am going to do. I'm gonna test out this Thang because it just looks really pretty. I feel like it'll go with my whole look. I'm gonna add a little bit of that to my bare lips. Actually looks pretty summery, pretty fresh. I like it. I don't want to like it because I don't really like balmy sheer lipsticks, but this one is buildable and it has a lot more color than I expected. I'm gonna use this MAC Selena lip pencil in Entre a mi Mundo, and I'm gonna line my lips. This is just an orangey nude that I feel would go well with this color. Let's add a little bit more of this Thang. Didn't know I needed this until I just tried it. All right, for my highlighter today, I'm gonna reach for my Dragon Beauty Face Pressed Powder Palette. This isn't a new product, but it's something that I recently started dipping into a lot. And I gotta say, I like it a lot. I'm gonna go ahead and dip into this shade here called Silicone. Add that right here, just for that beam of light. Also gonna add some right here, a bit on the chin. And honestly, you guys, I feel like I'm ready for summer. This is very, very summery, very juicy looking, just like something that feels like it recently sprouted from the ground. And it's giving me all sorts of feels. I like it. I was honestly feeling all types of emotions today during the making of this video, and even before I started. There's just so much going on in the world right now. Current state of affairs is upside down. It's crazy. There's riots happening and it's a lot to take in. I don't want to get too political, but I think you guys catch my drift. So with that said, it felt really good to just play around with products, come up with this look that you see on my face right now, and just zone out. I'm gonna go back to the real world in a sec, but before I go, I just wanted to remind you all to be kind and to lead with love and to be good to one another, be good to yourselves, stand for love, stand for peace, lead with love, and just use that as your ammo. That's it. That is my message for you guys today. I hope you enjoyed this video. Thank you so much for watching and for subscribing. I'm gonna zoom on out. I will see you guys in my next video. Subscribe if you aren't already and check out some of my other videos right there. I love you guys. Peace.